Hey everybody, Average Picker here. Yeah, we're going to try to pick that Cherokee lock that AJ sent. That's Bear's bag. There we go. I think I see it. Yeah, I wanted to pick this one the other day, but I had that Jeffrey Post lock I also had to knock out of the way. But yeah, I was kind of excited about this one because I don't think I've ever picked a lock by Cherokee before. We're going to try not to look at the key too much. There we go. Very nice and tidy carving of the name. Far nicer than me. I tend to have that problem when you, like, especially the kids have when they're trying to space out their name. You start out nice and big and you got to get smaller and smaller and smaller to the very end. So a lot of times on my lock, my name's like Average. But yeah, that's very nice and tidy. This is number 4. I think it's called Twilight Zone. Let's see what we can get here. 3 right away. 3 wants to do something. That kind of puts us in the back of the lock here with a few things. Very little clicks. Oh, that's a muddy. Oh, that worked though. Okay, I had a very muddy lift there for a minute. A little bit of counter rotation. What's going on there? That's a weird. And we're in. That end. Pin 2, maybe? Pin 3. I feel like I recognized that turnover. So, yeah, Twilight Zone. Number 4 Cherokee. And there's our key bitting. Looks great. Oh, there's a little tailpiecey bit back in too. Yeah, I don't want to call it, but there's something doing a reduction, kind of like a spiky feel on what I'm going to speculate was pin 2. But you, if you've been watching my videos at all, you know I am bad at counting those pins. Should we shim it? Let's not. Where'd those tweezers go that are getting bent? I need to try to straighten that out. Oh, there's our little tailpiece spring came out. Come on. Little tiny light serrating, it looks like, on 5. Uh, 3 and 4 serrated. 2 serrated. And 1 has a big spool element to it. You know, I always say I think it's worth doing something the tips of those pins just in case you get an overset. And we've got threading in chambers 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And very nice. Very nice smooth threading. Very serrated key pin there on one. Used as a driver. Yeah. Oh, there's there's my number 2. Spiky. I thought I recognized that little need for constant movement. Can't really just let it rest. Serrations on 3. Spooled 4. Oh, is this a pin and pin? Oh my gosh, it is. That explains the muddiness on pin 5, maybe. Oh, is that a pin and pin? Maybe it's not. Don't even know what to call it. It looks like it's a pin about to fall out of a pin, but it is not. It's just a very deep spool element with some serrations going on with it. That was the muddiest of them. And now it does look like, let's go ahead and pull the spring on it. Because it is using a slightly shorter spring. Well, no, it's kind of not. It's using that same spring in 1. 4 has a much more drawn out one. I'll go ahead and dump them while I'm doing a camera flip around. We can take a closer look at these. All right, here we go. So as you can see, really nice threading work in those 5 chambers. It goes, looks like it taps down in all the way there too. And I don't think we have anything going on upstairs. No, it doesn't look like it. And that doesn't look, that does kind of look tampered with though, doesn't it? A little bit. No threading or anything going on. But yeah, nice little pin work. So this is the one we finished on, of course, because as that diameter reduces, that is going to put you with that one at the end. A little bit of a step in there. You guys know I love these kind of little spiky bullety pins. I'm starting to give up a little bit of hope on them, but they're one of my favorite little pins to mess with. They're quite fun, and they just make that last little bit of turnover just very odd as it shear line descends down across those. But if we look at the number 5 driver, this is the one I thought was a pin and pin. Also, if anyone's wondering, yeah, this was on my hand when we did the other pick last night. It's not a phone number or anything. It's not an important number. It's not going to do you any good. I'm not giving away any information. That's technically the serial number to a 2005 Honda Civic radio. It won't do you any good. So yeah, I thought this was a pin and pin about to just drop out of there, or like it had just been slightly kind of nudged in there. And because yeah, this pin, very dead feeling. Got a lift on it, and it lifted all right. But yeah, it felt like there was some kind of weird disconnect going on. It may just be that deep spooling, coupled with the fact that that's a flipped key pin. Nice deep spool there. Very classic base serrated pin there. Already looked at our spike. This one is interesting too. It's kind of, oh geez, I don't know if she meant to put those in there. That could be a byproduct of the file that was used, but wow, whatever it was, that is a neat effect. A little dotting through there. Just one of those neat little details. It's probably a maker's, just a making mark thing, or not maker's mark, but it's probably just a byproduct of the production. I don't know. It's a cool pin regardless, but it's got some really neat details in there. Of course, it was paired up with this nice deep spool. That is a pin that looks like it has been around the block a few times, though, I'll say that. Nice serrating again. It's cool, got that deeper spool element to it. Yeah, you'd think some of these would have that same dotting, though. And kind of some are just mostly diameter reduction. It looks like it has almost the start of a few serrations on there. Not very deep, but they don't need to be very deep. I want to look at this one more time. Do we have any of that dotting? No, we don't. Wow. That is so interesting. So interesting. Alrighty. You know what? I think we got a minute still. Let's see how they fit in there. Very curious. So there we go. 3 sits a little too shallow, as you can see. For them to stay in there comfortably while we look at that. But yeah. God, that first pin just trips me out. I hope you can see what I'm talking about. I'm talking about that little dotting that's in between the serrations. It's such a neat little detail. Like I said, I don't know if that was intentional or just a byproduct of the file that was getting used for this one. That is such a neat little detail on what would just be a fairly nicely wide serrated pin. But makes it very interesting to look at. So yeah, there we go. So Cherokee, thanks for hitting up Twilight Zone, and AJ Clark, thanks for sending it to me. That was neat. Like I said, I think this is the first lock by Cherokee I believe I have picked. That's not the case. I apologize for forgetting. But yeah, and I think that's the most interesting pin I have seen all week. Not that I've seen a whole lot this week. Let's call it a month, 2 months. Can we say the most interesting pin I've seen in 3 months? Probably pretty safe to say. So yeah, thanks for pinning this up again. Thanks for sending it to me. And the rest of you, thanks for watching, and have a good one. Hope you enjoyed.